American Flat Track in Chico, California on the Harley-Davidson XR750. Had a little rough start to the day here, pulling off the track in first qualifying. Luckily I got a flyer in on the first couple laps before the bike started cutting out. Looking down here, checking to see if both fuel petcocks are on. Not sure what the deal is. It was going down on one cylinder, so just thought I would pull it in and have the boys check it over and make sure we're all good to go. Pushing her back here. A long walk back. Checking her over, trying to find the problem. It's likely electrical. We had some of the electrical connectors coming loose or breaking, basically, so we were replacing them. In the end, we had to replace them all. Next qualifying around here, you can see the back wheel hopping, all the wheel chatter going in there. The track was really challenging to ride at this point in the day, and I'm hammering, trying to put in good laps, but the bike's cutting out already. So coming through here, the bike's barely wanting to run. I look back, I see Bronson's all over me. I'm like, all right, let me just pull off the track before I cause a scene. The bike's cutting out. These bikes are expensive, and I don't want to mess them up just running it with a problem. All right, now it's crunch time. That was our final qualifying session, and the bike broke, so we gotta kind of make the call. Are we fixing this thing? Am I getting on the backup bike? And here, decisions are made. Helmet's going on. Going to check out the track, see how it is in the first heat race. I'm in heat 2. Rolling out for my heat race. Big wheelie on my practice start. Gonna need to readjust that for the actual start here. So cool to be lining up with these guys at this point in my career. Ready, focus. I got a good reaction time there, but did not get the acceleration out of the hole to get to the first corner first. Got Vandercourt on my outside, take that spot into second. Daniel's out front. Will do my best to keep him honest and kind of learn my bike on the fly in this heat race. You can see we separated ourselves from the pack pretty quickly, and I just did my best to keep Dallas honest and kind of learning the track, learning the bike, deciding what setup changes to make going into the Dash for Cash. So here it is. I finished second in the heat, so time to make them calls, decide what I want to change for the Dash for Cash. This is kind of how I do it. I just sit there and sulk and be like, what am I going to change? Dash for Cash. All right, 5K to win. Let's get some. Again, didn't get the jump I was looking for. I'm gonna have to refine that technique for the main event when it really counts. But here we got Jared Meese, Dallas Daniels out front, duking it out, and we're on the high banks. We were running the low line all day. Now the high lines come in. It's way faster up here. Got the best seat in the house for this battle, just only if I could find my way by them. I didn't really know what to do with these two crisscrossing each other every single corner. It was kind of hard to find my way by. I think maybe I should have just stuck it on the very top and let it rip. Last lap, and I'm looking close. I'm like, where do I go? Mees went in low. Dallas is about to cross over my front. I don't know what to do. I kind of played it a little bit safe. I just, didn't know where to go with that one. Still a solid Dash for Cash. We're in it. Now we just got to kind of decide what we want to do for the main event. So I'm here looking at my tire choices, basically deciding what tire I'm going to run for the main. And then we went out and warm up lap. You can tell right there.
Look good, Sammy.
Thank you.
How'd that highline work?
It was working good. I just had that roadblock in front of me.
think it'll last for the final?
I think a good chance it will, yeah.
Oh, that group?
Yeah. All right, main event time. Having a look at the track, checking out that high line. Here's the XR750 rolling out with the modern bikes. We got the old vintage iron on the starting line. Front row on the XR750. Once again, let's go. Yes, I refined that starting technique and I popped off the line. Finally, they got me on the upshifts, but we're right in the mix. Let's take Dallas right here and set our sights on the leader, Jared Mees, on the high banks in Chico, California. New track for us all. Let's see how it plays out. Start of this race, it was so easy for me to roll up on Mees. I'm like behind him, I'm poking my wheel in there. I'm like, all right, where do I go? How do I get around this guy? I remember looking at the track, looking at those white lines up there in the top, thinking, I think I can go just on the outside of those white lines. So let me here next lap probably try and get some momentum on turn 3 and 4 on the outside of those white lines and see if I can get that momentum to carry me by. Let's give it a shot. We're getting up there a little higher, not quite over the white lines yet. There we go, a little bit. Nowhere to go on the straightaway. Back her down, just keep kind of trying to figure out how the heck am I going to get by this guy. There we go. Now I'm getting on the top of the track. It's pretty wild going up there because if you go any higher, you just roll off the edge and you're just off the track into no man's land. This is it. I'm done going around you. I'm just going to go under you, take the lead. Here we go. Harley-Davidson back out front at American Flat Track National. Wow, so cool. This is my 4th national this year and the 3rd one I've led. This is badass. Little double pole rip on the tear offs. We were getting some clay chunks up on the shield. That bike was shaking. I'm on the razor's edge. Pretty wild. It was so easy for me to run second behind Mees, but as soon as I got the lead, didn't have that person to judge off of, it was a little bit different trying to kind of find that balance between pushing hard and like not pushing too hard and making mistakes there. See, I bobbled a little bit. So I'm on the edge, I'm pushing, but just finding it hard to really ride that smooth line of really carrying momentum but not making mistakes. Took the lead pretty early in this 37 lap race. So I knew I was going to have to deal with them again unless I really hammered down, and it was not happening for me. So Mees took the lead back on the low line. Now we got to see if we can track onto him. He's actually able to make it work running that lower line, not above the white lines, and he's pulling away. From what I've looked at the footage, it looks like I'm just not getting the acceleration off the corner and maybe just not completing my churn enough and hammering on the throttle soon enough. And I'm going to have to deal with the rest of them here coming up behind me. We got Dallas Daniels taking a shot. All right, we know Dallas is there. Went for the crossover pass. We're going to see if I can get it going, but you can see me here pushing, bobbling. So I'm like giving her everything I've got for sure. Dallas takes it back, so I'm back to 3rd place. Let's see what I can do from here. battle with Dallas Daniels and myself. You can see if you look coming off here, all four of us are pretty close. Me's right there, myself, Daniels, and Robinson lurking in the background. You can see here, I'm gonna have to really keep pushing if I want to end this night with a podium finish. Another bobble there coming off of turn 2. I'm pushing. I'm just trying to find that line between pushing hard and not making mistakes. Like I said, it may look like I lost my fitness as I dropped back to 4th after Robinson passed me, but the fitness was there. It was just finding that edge, like riding that fine line. Later in the race, the bike started to chatter even more on corner entry. I really had to manage that. I mean, this turned into basically like a half-mile race on the high banks here at Chico, and I don't really do that much anymore. I mainly race short tracks, and you know, I don't race this Harley XR750 that much, so just fine-tuning it to be able to run with these front guys is tough. I mean, Robinson's one of the best at this game as well. He's won several races this year already, and now he's taken me for 3rd place, and I'm like, I really got to dig here. If I want to get this podium, I'm going to have to take this back from Robinson, the cat lover. See, we're getting heavy into traffic. This was a wild race. We lapped all the way up to 7th place, but like the speed differential from the front guys to the back guys was a lot. Here we have to check up a little bit in the straightaway, working our way past, it looks like Cameron Smith. Yep, and I did not get past him here as clean as Robinson, and we got a little bit of a gap here. I mean, obviously I was just struggling to barely hang on to Robinson and try and fight for that 3rd, and then he gets that gap. But here, 2 laps to go, he makes a bobble getting onto the back straightaway, and I closed it back up. I'm like, all right, we're taking the white flag here. This is my shot. It podium. I had to go for it. Here's another look at it. I come in low. He's maybe going a little slower because of the lap rider there, and I just bumped him out the way and took the podium. Felt a little bad for him, but yeah, I had to take it. Here's a couple more looks at it. You can see how close the lapper was. He still was like a little bit in front of us, but that might have checked Robinson up a tiny bit. I did feel a little bad for that one. I didn't know how to apologize. I was like, what do I say here? Like, that's my little nod to him. Yeah, I felt bad, but we really wanted that podium, and was with the way that pass went, I was hoping he stayed on the track. So glad he stayed on the track, and now I get to celebrate with my team.
Fuck yeah! Oh man, I had to dig deep for that one.
Good job, man. Good job.
Man.
That was unbelievable. Yeah, I was bitching.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Ashley. I'm sorry.
There's a lapper full.
I know.
Good job, man. Dude, that was rolling.
Who was that?
You got
They got in the way.
I'm not sure.
That was badass, Sam.
You rolled into 1st and 2nd.
Congrats.
Thank
Good
you.
job.
You guys too.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, good race. Oh man.
Woo! Sammy!
Yes.
Woo!
Good job, guys.